You know, a little bit of cringe is totally okay. Not too much cringe, but a little bit of cringe is totally fine. And I have to, I've never made one of these before. I have to make one of these. Oh my gosh, guys, it's snowing in Victoria vlogs. Because, you know, in years past when it has snowed, I haven't made one of those. Oh my gosh, guys, it's snowing in Victoria vlogs. So here I am, I got my GoPro out. And look, oh my gosh, guys, it's snowing in Victoria. Anyways, I'm gonna go back inside because it is snowing in Victoria and I'm cold and I gotta get ready for work. So, goodbye. I feel as if I'm constantly doing these videos where I'm in my pajamas. The video that I posted, well, at the time of this recording yesterday, I was in my pajamas for a bit of it and I was on my bed and what the heck. So it's just before work today. Well, right now it's just before work. I don't know if I said that grammatically correct, but I got a few things to do. I got to practice acting. I got to practice some guitar, and then got to stretch and jump into the shower, and then off to work. Well, there's also, I have to potentially try and see if I can get a chiropractor appointment, and then like early this morning, and I will be late for work. But apparently, get my guitar while I'm saying this. Apparently, you can miss work or be late for work due to a medical appointment, at least in British Columbia. I can't speak for all of Canada, but at least in British Columbia. So we're going to see if I can take advantage of that little rule today. Anyways, time's a-wasting, so I got to go play guitar. So I got the appointment. 10:15, I'm jumping in the shower right now. I'm not going to be able to do the acting. Did get the guitar done. Didn't film that. Wasn't gonna film that, but time for some shower. And then hopefully maybe a little bit of acting. My dad's on his way home right now. So when I see you, I'll see you when I see you. Alrighty. I'm here in the car with truck, that's right, thank you for reminding me, with my father, of course. And now, Dad, it's time for that very important question that I was going to ask you about. So, as we know, it's snowing in Victoria, and if you are new to Canada, I mean new to Victoria, at least you're living in Victoria and you're new to Canada, and you're freaking out because of the snow. Maybe you're driving around, maybe you don't have a car, but you're not really sure how to handle the snow, what to do, how to dress, you know, this and that. What would be some possible recommendations of how to act? Because you've had a lot more snow experience than I have, even though you're from Australia. You've lived here a lot longer than I've even been alive. So, what's some recommendations?
Well, just drive really carefully, because most people who live here on the west coast, even though they may have grown up in the prairies or wherever, don't really know how to drive in this kind of snow. They either drive like a bat out of hell, or
that's true,
don't take any precautions, or just don't know how to handle this kind of wettish snow. So yeah, that would be my words of wisdom.
So, well, you know, that makes sense, of course. And then when there's the other aspect of what to wear, layer up. Make sure you have, you know,
gloves,
which I don't have. We were just talking about that. He's like, where's your gloves? What if we get stuck and you have to push me? And I was like, well, you know, I'm going to the chiropractor and all of my back hurts, and you have gloves, so I guess you'll do the pushing again. And I got my license on me. That being said, though, yeah, no, you wanna layer up. Make sure you're wearing like tights or whatever under your pants, which is I'm currently doing. They don't have to be crazy expensive tights, but just like make sure that you're wearing like layers, not like big, like hulky layers, but just like kind of insulating type layers, if I guess that's your thing. I don't really know, but man, look at all these construction workers. That would not be a fun job today. And the Salvation Army's closed. Not Oh, well, is it even 10 a.m.? It's not even
10.
It's not 10 a.m. yet. Well, we were just talking about, I was just trying to tell my dad about this coming Saturday's UFC Orlando. We were just talking about that, and there's a lot of going like, from his end. But I think that, just on a little side note, and then we'll talk about it later in the video, that Rafael dos Anjos's decision to kind of, I don't know what the word be, like neglect, put to the side the whole, you know, I want my title back at 155 pounds and going back up to 170 pounds and just kind of finishing off his career, I'd imagine, for just some fun fights. I don't know, maybe we're going to see him for the last time this Saturday against Brian Barberena. But, you know, a lot of people, I think, kind of write off Brian as kind of this semi-redneck dude with the weird looking mohawk haircut looking thing that, you know, is kind of not ever going to be a future champion. I personally don't see him as ever being a future champion, but don't write him off. You know, he's going on his little veteran killing tour, if you will. You know, Mike Brown and then Robbie Lawler. I mean, that being said, all of these guys, the last two opponents were like 40 or 41, and as you've got to fight RDA, I think is like 38 or something like that, 37, 38. So it would be nice to see in a world this Saturday where he comes victorious over RDA, which I personally don't see happening. I just think RDA is too slick. Say we live in that world of him actually beating RDA. I think he needs to fight someone a little bit younger. It would be interesting to see him fight. Now, I know I'm a little bit biased, but maybe like a Jack Della Maddalena, or I know Nico Price is fighting on this card. Now, that being said, I don't know if he's fought, you know, Nico Price before. It wouldn't surprise me if he has, but if he hasn't, I think they should do it, or maybe even do it again. That would be a fun fight. Who else? I know this is another old guy, but like a Francisco Trinaldo. Who knows? Even if he fought someone, like, I know this is mildly crazy because this guy is ranked, and he may even be ranked still within the top 10. Vicente Luque. Because I know they have fought. I know they fought in the past, and Vicente Luque is on a 2-fight loss, and he just got knocked out brutally by Jeff Neal back in the summer. And I remember very jokingly saying, I'm gonna quit watching MMA forever if Vicente Luque gets knocked out by Jeff Neal. And then he got knocked out by Jeff Neal, and I'm still watching UFC.
Not a man of your word there.
Apparently not a man of my words. That'd be a fun fight. I think it'd be a really fun fight. Two strikers. And hey, you know, most people said Glover Teixeira is never going to be champion, and look where we are. I mean, he's currently no longer the champion, but he won it at 42 or something like that, and then was beating the brakes off Yuri Prohaska, and then lost in the last 28 seconds. So you never know. Crazy things happen in this sport, and just anyways, I'm very excited to see RDA versus Brian Barberena. Other than that, I am gonna enjoy the rest of my dad chauffeuring me to the chiropractor.
And I'm not driving like a bat out of hell.
Not driving like a bat out of hell. That's
The roads are pretty good here.
Roads are pretty good. Anyways, let's show a last little thing of the conditions. Let's see like here, and then yeah, alrighty, cool. Say goodbye, Dad.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so here's my bus right now. There you go. Okay. Hopefully it loops back around in time. It will. Of course it'll loop back around in time. Yeah, I'm about to go to school. I'm about to go to school. No, I'm about to go to work. School where I get paid. Yeah, no, I don't have a whole lot to say. Mainly for the fact that this clip, the exact one you're watching, is a little bit of a bait and switch clip. Oh, is that a 15? Oh, that's a 15. I gotta go. Now, the thing is, alright, here I am at work. The thing is, actually, I should probably continue with where I was going with my statement as I saw the 15. This is a little bit of a bait and switch clip because, well, when I say bait and switch, I'm really wanting to just test the audio. I posted the link to my last video, my previous video, onto Facebook, and my cousin Adrian, who knows all things cameras, audio, all that sort of stuff, he does it for a job, was making comments about some of the audio, that being the audio that this camera picked up. So, that being said, I'm playing around with it. Some videos, maybe the audio is going to suck. Some videos is going to be a bit better. Who knows? Canon, you got to fix this issue. I don't know how. You guys are smart. But I bought a camera where the audio is not where it needs to be, quite frankly. It can hear me, but it's got a lot of background hissing. So, who knows? We are open here at New Balance Victoria. I gotta go work. So, bye for now. So, for the last clip of this video, I want to just talk about aging fighters, and do they go the route of the title, or do they go the route of, I'm gonna finish my career off on fun fights, right? So veterans, you know, the veteran conversation, what to do, you know, especially when they're still good, but they're a little bit more on the 50-50 side, right? So Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, 39, almost 40, is going to be fighting Kevin Holland within a few hours of the time of this recording. And how do I put this? He's 39. He's 39. I can say it like that. But there's also a lot of holes in his game in terms of grappling, right? I don't ever see him winning the title, me personally. It's quite unfortunate. Maybe he could win it in another organization that has, you know, not as many grapplers, but nowadays in MMA, big MMA organizations around the world, it's pretty much all grapplers, right? You know, if he loses to Kevin Holland, I don't see him getting cut. Yes, it'll be his third straight loss, but I don't see him getting cut. What I do see him doing is, you know, fighting, you know, 15, him having to fight 15 to, you know, 20 type people, you know, people trying to boost straight into the rankings, maybe even the top 10, right? Depending on where he places. I could honestly see the UFC doing that. You know, when you look at people like Glover Teixeira, who, you know, was 41 or 42 when he fought Jan, and then 42 when he fought, or 41 or whatever, when he fought Yuri, you know, and was beating the brakes off of him. There's fighters like that who can have these crazy, you know, these crazy fights even at old age. You even look at people like Francisco Trinaldo, right? Like what he did to, I can't remember his name is, Jack Del Maddalena just beat the brakes off of him. I can't remember what his name was, but Francisco Trinaldo just beat him silly, like earlier this year, and it was great to watch. I'm a Trinaldo, I'm a Masaranduba fan. When it comes to people like Wonderboy, when it comes to people like RDA, who's also fighting on this card, it's kind of like, okay, you're not in your prime anymore, but you're still very good. You're pushing 40, but it's like, what do you do, right? It's like, are you going to still have this run for the title? Like RDA has said, I'm not doing the title thing anymore. He just wants to have fights at 170. He wants to have fights at 155. And my real question is if Wonderboy wins this week, today, because it's 12:09 right now, if Wonderboy wins, what is he gonna do? Quite honestly, like, who they're gonna put him up against Colby Covington? Like, okay, if you thought Bilal and Burns was hard, oh my gosh, Covington is not gonna be freaking any easier, right? If he loses, that's you know, it's like, what are you gonna do, right? Like I said, the top 15 type people he's gonna be fighting. In my opinion, even in a world where Wonderboy wins against Holland, or even he loses, I think he should just go the fun fight route. Maybe rematch Neil Magny or Jeff Neal, or did he fight? No, I don't think he's fought Jeff Neal. I don't think he's fought Jeff Neal. If he has, I'm sorry, but regardless, I think he should just go the fun fight route. You know, see if he can, like I said, see if he can have fun fights with people who are looking for fun fights. I don't think that he should risk taking the damage against some of these top 5 guys. Wonderboy, I checked him yesterday, he's ranked number 6, right? And Kevin Holland's not ranked in welterweight. Yeah, just want to put that out there. And that's what makes it so interesting. He's technically doing what I said, you know, a second ago, right? Trying to do a big kind of a fun fight for the end of the year. Fun Orlando, like UFC Orlando has to be one of the best. Sorry, one of the best like cards I've seen that's free, not a non-pay-per-view cards I've seen in like a hot minute. I don't think that Wonder Boy's stage and career and his age, I think that he needs to fight people that are beatable, and he should have a few more fights and then retire, hopefully on a win, right? You know, don't take all this crazy damage and against wrestlers that are going to have, you know, ferocious, you know, ground and pound and just lots of damage to the head. I don't think that he should risk that. I feel for Wonder Boy. I love Wonder Boy, and I've only ever watched him when he's lost. First watched him when he fought Gilbert Burns, and then I watched him when he fought Bilal Muhammad, right? So the guy's had 2 title shots, and I feel sorry for the guys. Had a bunch of main events, but the thing is, man, is he's not the fighter he once was, and I wish if he had just somehow gotten better at the grappling. If he had just gotten better at the grappling early on, and just become an absolute menace, I feel like that would have really proven him. It would have really proven well. And unfortunately, that just never happened. Never happened for Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Just have fun fights, man. If you win, just have more fun fights. And if you lose, just have fun fights. There's a lot of fun fights out there. I'm a Jack Della Maddalena fan, and it's even crazy that I'm partnering these two up. But Jack Della Maddalena versus Wonderboy Thompson would be a great fight. Oh my gosh, but even if he took himself out of the rankings, I think that may prove useful for him. Anyways, I say anyways a lot. Anyways, oh frick. Furthermore, that's going to be the end of the video. More videos next week. Me and my girlfriend, Kiana, as you know, are going to be going to Vancouver next week to watch Soccer Mommy. I don't think I'm going to be vlogging that at all, because that's going to be me and her time to just walk around Vancouver before the concert and all that. So thank you guys, and have a great rest of your week, and great weekend. Awesome.